Russia never expected this. At a time when tensions run high across Europe, the United States has begun unloading wave after wave of heavy war machines right here, on Polish soil. This is not a drill. This is one of the largest preposition military movements in NATO history, part of Operation Defender Europe, and it sends a clear signal. America is prepared and ready. What you're seeing is the activation of Army Prepositioned Stocks, or APS. These are fully equipped, combat-ready vehicles, tanks, infantry carriers, artillery systems stored in Europe for rapid response. Each set is enough to support a full combat brigade. In this operation, U.S. Army logisticians are drawing equipment from storage and preparing it for war. From Abrams tanks to Paladin artillery, everything is ready to roll. Poland has become the central hub for NATO's defense operations in Eastern Europe. Its geographic position makes it the front line of deterrence against any possible Russian aggression. By unloading war machines in Poland, the U.S. is not just reinforcing an ally, it's placing real firepower within hours of potential hotspots like Kaliningrad and Belarus. This isn't just about moving metal, it's about deterrence, alliance, readiness, and military speed. Let's talk hardware. The equipment you see includes M1 A2 Abrams main battle tanks, M2 Bradley infantry fighting vehicles, M109 Paladin self-propelled howitzers, M88 recovery vehicles, HIMT fuel and cargo trucks, and armored command vehicles. Each piece is carefully unloaded, inspected, and handed over to combat units for immediate training or deployment. This is what rapid power projection looks like. Operation Defender Europe is not just an American effort. It's a joint operation involving NATO allies and partner nations. Over 30,000 troops from 26 countries are involved. The goal? To test the alliance's ability to deploy combat power rapidly and operate across multiple regions. From the Baltics to the Black Sea, this is NATO flexing its muscles and sending a message. How has Russia reacted? With concern and propaganda, Russian state media called the operation provocative, while officials accused NATO of preparing for war. But behind the rhetoric lies fear. Fear that NATO's speed, coordination, and forward presence make it almost impossible to surprise or outmaneuver. What you're watching is part of the new strategic game board, one where mobility equals power. What most don't see is the complexity behind this operation. Every vehicle must be fueled, tested, and crewed. Communication gear is calibrated. Weapons, systems checked. From port operations to rail movement and convoy security, it's a ballet of military precision. Even food, fuel, and spare parts are calculated to the smallest detail. This is what makes the U.S. Army a global force. Once the equipment is ready, it doesn't just sit idle. U.S. and NATO forces immediately begin joint training. Live-fire drills, urban warfare scenarios, artillery coordination. These exercises sharpen combat skills and improve multinational coordination. If conflict ever comes, these soldiers and these machines will be ready to fight side by side. Defender Europe and the deployment of APS equipment to Poland aren't just military drills. They are political statements. Statements that NATO is unified, modernized, and willing to act. They also reassure Eastern European nations that they're not alone and warn any potential aggressor that they'll face the full weight of Western firepower. As U.S. war machines roll across Polish soil, a new message echoes across Europe. Preparedness is peace, and power when used wisely is the ultimate deterrent. Stay tuned as this massive operation unfolds, because what's happening now could change the future of the battlefield. What makes this operation even more impactful is the deepening partnership between Poland and the United States. For years, both nations have worked side by side in Iraq, Afghanistan, and now in the defense of Europe. Joint exercises, intelligence sharing, and interoperability training have created a bond that goes beyond alliances. Polish soldiers are now trained to operate alongside U.S. forces, use U.S. equipment, and communicate seamlessly in combat scenarios. This cooperation ensures that if the need arises, both armies can respond as one fast, coordinated, and lethal. Army pre-positioned stocks are more than just warehouses full of hardware. They're designed to transition from storage to battlefield in under 96 hours. That means tanks fueled, loaded, and on the move before an enemy can even react. It's part of the US military's new doctrine, fight tonight, readiness. This capability turns Eastern Europe into a launchpad for rapid military response covering the Baltics, the Black Sea, and beyond. It also changes how war is deterred, not just by presence, but by instant mobility. In the end, wars are not won by tanks alone. They're won by the logistics that move them, fuel them, and sustain them. What you've seen here is not just a show of strength. It's a lesson in planning, precision, and military foresight. The machines may be loud, but the message they send is clear, even in silence.